Bioneers is a very special place, a place empowering visions, a place of people who transform how we view the world. It is a community in which we realize the interconnectedness of movements, ideas, and people. So honored to be here today, and I want to thank Kenny, Nina, and the Bioneers team for the opportunity to speak about the central role of environmental education for youth in conserving our world, and the critical success factors in creating youth engagement. These factors are interaction, accessibility, and continuity. It begins with connecting youth to nature and instilling in them a sense of environmental optimism, appreciation, and motivation. Only by experiencing and interacting with nature does one become connected to it. My philosophy is that hands-on learning is the first step in environmental education. And I have witnessed that even before many children can read and write, they can understand and explore the language of nature. Paramount to creating connections to the outdoors is access to the natural world and a new appreciation of it. I have found that our national wildlife refuges are the perfect places to achieve this. I've come to see our national wildlife refuges as our society's local environmental treasures and leading educational resources, each unique in its specific mission to care for critical habitat, ranging from marshes to forests, streams, and grasslands, deserts, and even islands. This is our National Wildlife Refuge system, 560 refuges strong, 150 million acres large, and it is our responsibility to care for this land protected by generations before us, so that we can continue to keep these places wild for generations to come. So in spring 2013, I developed a vision of an ongoing program that would link all of the National Wildlife Refuges together to propel childhood curiosity into lasting environmental stewardship and to engage our youngest generation of kids in our community in environmental science, conservation, and stewardship, and generate increased interest in not only the National Wildlife Refuge system, but in the public land system and in nature at large. The Junior Refuge Ranger program started at the Don Edwards San Francisco Bay National Wildlife Refuge, educating youth about the critical role of the refuge system and instilling environmental awareness and activism through a series of hands-on activities, wildlife expeditions, and experiments that show kids the big picture of the refuge's purpose. It is my goal that each and every child will have access to opportunities to learn about the importance of nature and then be inspired to take on their central role in the conservation of our planet, its wildlife, and its resources. By making taking care of nature feel like second nature, we can secure a more sustainable future to come. This dynamic, solutions-oriented approach that takes place outside the classroom and in the outdoors is what will make a big impact on moving towards a sustainable society. Places like this are where kids get to see science in action. It's one thing to learn about marsh plants in a classroom. It's another to be standing in the marsh, touching the plants, and seeing the wildlife that this habitat, and this is where they call their home. In nature, science becomes tangible and real. Earlier this year, I had a conversation about making a difference with Shelton Johnson, an inspiring activist and ranger in Yosemite. He said that the work of one person can be likened to a cell in the body. It functions on its own. However, it can be much more effective if it works with other cells to make a hand an arm. And when all of these cells come together, a movement is formed. Similarly, one initiative can do quite a bit. However, in order to truly make a movement possible, we must not only connect youth to nature, we must connect them to a broader and larger environmental movement. It will ensure that goals of environmental sustainability are not worked on by small, isolated groups of people, but enacted by a powerful grassroots movement towards environmental sustainability for our future generations. Similarly, the Junior Refuge Ranger program is part of a broader movement to connect all people with nature, along inspiring and motivating organizations such as the Earth Island Institute and Bioneers that support environmental activism. I was first introduced to Bioneers and other environmental organizations last year as a recipient of the Broward Youth Awards. My engagement with these organizations has been truly a transformative experience, and so I want to send my congratulations to this year's Broward Youth Award winners. We very much look forward to honoring them at the ceremony on Tuesday. Let us plant the seeds that will inspire and empower tomorrow's generation to actively advocate for this transition to a greener world by protecting our refuges, ecological systems, and our environment. Because something very special happens when we connect with nature. Its majesty humbles us. Its wonders awaken our sense of curiosity and discovery. And its kingdoms remind us of the interrelationships between all living things. Today, there is no more important calling than to conserve our environment and to teach our youth the vital importance of nature for a sustainable tomorrow. Thank you.